Militants and militaries are increasingly going underground as they seek refuge from drones, missiles, and eyes in the sky, and the United States is ramping up its training and technology to meet them there. Going subterranean in warfare is nothing new. The Assyrians did it 4,000 years ago, and practically every war since has had some form of underground fighting. The United States military confronted this reality hard during Vietnam, where the Viet Cong constructed miles and miles of elaborate tunnel systems, and troops had to go down into them armed with the absolute bare essentials, often not coming out. We were caught pretty unprepared for that, and then it happened again in Iraq and Afghanistan. As we witnessed the fighting go underground in Ukraine, and of course the network of tunnels underneath Gaza used by Hamas, leaders don't want to get caught without answers yet again. While subterranean training has long been a part of special operations and some conventional units, it wasn't really a focus, but now that is changing, and fast. The Army has constructed 2/3 of a mile of tunnels on Fort Bragg dubbed Range 68, where soldiers are placed in the darkness and confronted with booby traps, false doors, flooded passages, and an opposing force that has embraced the darkness. There are even discussions about adding a subspecialty of modern-day tunnel rats, which would definitely pull a ton of volunteers in. But the human element of fighting underground isn't the only thing on planners' minds. They're also working on the technology as well. Things we take for granted on the surface, like GPS, radios, and even night vision, simply don't work well underground. Signals can't get through, and without ambient light, your NVGs are just a heavy thing dangling on your helmet, and this is obviously a huge problem. Even things like breathing become complicated underground, and there's also the psychological element that comes into play when humans are reduced to just two senses, hearing and smell, in the depths. Groups like DARPA have been working to solve these problems for years now, with tiny chips that can track you just based on movement, drones that map tunnels, radios that can reach the surface, and ways to see underground without giving away your position. If you want to know more about this, we do have a full video on this topic hosted by the wonderful Tom Tran, who is an Army veteran, Purple Heart recipient, and all-around good dude. As always, I'm Kyle, your friendly ginger producer man, and you are all dismissed, and I will see you next time.